Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. For those of you that are new here, my name is Rami and I'm a labor and delivery and OB-GYN nurse. I'm coming on 3 years right now. Today's video is going to be all about tips and tricks to survive nursing school. Thank you so much to Jomari for suggesting this video. If you guys didn't know, I love making content for you guys, so make sure you let me know in the comments down below of what you guys want to see. We're going to go ahead and get right into the video. I'm just going to be talking about how I survived nursing school and things that really helped me just have a somewhat stress-free nursing school life, and kind of what I did to help mediate stress and bring my stress to a very low level so I could actually enjoy my relationships and enjoy nursing school and enjoy my friends. If you guys haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We are almost at 1,000 subscribers. I do want to make a quick giveaway announcement. When I hit 1,000 subscribers, I have partnered with Nurse Jenny. If you guys haven't already, make sure you guys watch my best stethoscope video. I'll link it up there. It is somewhere around here. But yeah, I am going to be collaborating with her to give away a free stethoscope. We'll be announcing the rules and everything when I hit 1,000 subscribers, so make sure you share my videos. Make sure you tell your aunts, your uncles, your mom and dad, everybody to subscribe so you can try to win that stethoscope. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into the video. So the very first tip I have for you guys is to learn how to study effectively. This is really important, to learn how to study effectively so you aren't spending the entire day, the majority of your day, studying all those notes and reading your book and doing all those chapters that are unnecessary. Learn how to study effectively. I have a wonderful video that I made. It's called How to Study Less and More Effectively. I'm going to link that video up there. Make sure you give it a watch. It's how I learned how to study effectively and take really good notes so I wouldn't have to spend all day studying and pondering over my notes and watching teachers' lectures and all that stuff. Learning how to study effectively is really, really important to start as soon as possible, whether you are an upcoming freshman or if you've already started nursing school and you're going to graduate next year. Learning how to study effectively is really, really important to survive nursing school and to help keep your stress at a very low level. After you start studying effectively every single day for whenever your study periods are, it becomes a habit and you start to reap the benefits from it, guys. You're going to start reaping the benefits, which is good grades, and then you're going to keep on wanting to do it. So please watch my video of how to study effectively and still make good grades. So that is my first tip on how to survive nursing school. So my second tip is to decrease stress. I know it's a very general statement, decreasing stress, but you have to find things that decrease your stress and do them as often in the day as you can. And what I mean by this is taking a breather. Whether you use certain study methods like a 50-minute study period and a 10-minute break, or a 1-hour study period and a 20-minute break, or a 5-minute break, or whatever works for you, make sure you take that break and take that breather just to focus on doing something else. Get a snack break, drink some water, do a little bit of meditation, a devotion, say a prayer, anything that'll help you to decrease your stress. This also works well with tip 1. Studying effectively and making sure you're taking breaks and taking breathers so you're not cramming in as much material as you can and not actually retaining that information. So it's really important to take breaks often. What I personally did is I usually studied for 4 hours of my study days. I would take 5 to 10 minute breaks depending on how much I felt like I needed, and all I would do was drink some tea, go outside for a little walk, check the mail, things like that. Little breaks you can do just to make sure that you're getting your mind off the material. And what this does is it helps you keep your focus. It's really, really, really hard to actually study for 4 hours straight at one time without taking a single break. It's really hard for your mind to keep focus. So it's really important to take those little breaks so you're able to focus on that 50-minute period, 1-hour period, or whatever time mark you set yourself to study. And make sure you just take those breaks. My third tip is to make time for your relationships and your priorities. This was a huge one for me for surviving nursing school because I could not have made it without maintaining my relationships, maintaining my friendships, and maintaining my priorities. It was really important for me to make time for those priorities so I can de-stress and just relax and not think about nursing school. I did date my now husband, who was my boyfriend. We've been dating since high school, so we did date all throughout college, and it was really important for me to make time for him. So if you guys have relationships, don't think that nursing school is the end of these relationships. Like, don't think you have to break up with your boyfriend or spend less time with your husband or neglect your children just because you're going into nursing school. You have to make time for them just like you're making time for nursing school. Nursing school is also a huge priority for you. It's one of the biggest priorities. You also have to make time for your other priority, which is your spouse, your boyfriend, your children, if you decide to join a sport, if you're part of some kind of intramural club, those are all really important priorities. If you make it a priority, you can make time for it. What I did to work around it and kind of make time for it in nursing school was just to make sure that I studied beforehand before I went to volleyball practice, or before I went to a club meeting or volunteered, things like that. I always made sure that I had my studying done beforehand so I wouldn't have to think about it, I wouldn't have to worry about it while I'm playing a game or while I'm practicing. So I wouldn't have to not perform well because I was thinking about this test that was coming up or this quiz I had to study for, things like that. I was very glad for learning how to study effectively just so I made time for these relationships. And like I said, you don't have to sacrifice time with your boyfriend or husband. Make sure you go on little dates. You can go on little coffee dates. You can spend dinner with them, you can cook together just to maintain those relationships and make sure you make time for them. I personally enjoyed working out with my boyfriend at the time. We enjoyed cooking dinner together, cooking lunch together, maybe having a little breakfast together, maybe making a little breakfast date at a donut shop or going to get some breakfast burritos together. There's lots of ways that you guys can spend time together and maintain those relationships. I also made time for my best friends. If I had time, I would hang out with them on the weekends, maybe study together if they're in your nursing school, but if they weren't in nursing school with me, just taking a little weekend break, like going roller skating or going bowling, going golfing, going for a run together, things like that. I always made sure to decompose and de-stress with your friends because that's really important too, to make time for your friends because they'll feel like you're neglecting them. Maintaining my relationships with my friends and making them a priority really helped me just to de-stress, like always. You know, some of these people are in the same boat as you. Everyone's struggling with college, so it's really important to have someone to talk to just to de-stress and not just to keep it all bundled up to yourself. It's really important to have those kinds of relationships where you can just talk it out and kind of see that they're on the same page with you and you guys can get through it together. It will really help you de-stress. When you get back to studying and when you get back to nursing school and thinking about nursing school, you're able to focus because over the weekend or whatever time you use to de-stress, you are fully de-stressed and you are able to completely focus on nursing school without having too much anxiety. Yeah, nursing school is filled with anxiety at times, but it's really important to limit it to a low as much as possible just so you're able to survive nursing school. And it'll all be worth it in the end, you guys, I promise. My fourth tip, and this is a really big one, is to exercise. If you guys aren't into exercising or working out or anything like that, there's always time to start. Exercising, of course, as everyone knows, is very, very good for you, and it's so good for your mind and brain while you guys are studying and in nursing school. I know I always made a priority to work out at least 5 or 6 times during the week. I did dorm at my college, so going to the gym was just a little walk away. It was like a 5-minute walk. It was really easy for me to work out, as well as being in volleyball. We did have off-season practices and, you know, in-season practices, of course. I would probably have volleyball practices and games at least 4 times out of my week, and I would try to work out at least 3 to 4 times, whether that was weights or some cardio on the treadmill, whenever I was feeling too stressed and I felt like I needed some kind of relief. Working out was usually the very first thing I went to, honestly. And working out, you guys have 24 hours in a day. 8 hours of that is to sleep. You guys have 16 hours left to fit in a 30-minute workout, so I know you guys can do it. If you guys live far from a gym and you have no means of transportation, you guys can always look up YouTube videos. There's tons of HIIT workouts you can do, cardio workout, ab workout. There's lots and lots of things you can do to exercise. And that exercise was very, very important for me to survive nursing school, just because it'll help de-stress, and of course it'll help your physique on top of that. Make sure you guys are exercising and making it part of your daily routine, and it'll definitely turn into a habit, and you'll find that overall you are a lot more relaxed and not as anxious as usual. So please try it if you guys feel like that you are really stressed in nursing school. Working out will definitely help alleviate that stress and anxiety. My next tip, I'm going to put them together. They're really quick and simple tips to follow, is eating right and sleeping right. So of course eating right is super hard in college. I definitely had my fair share of eating fast food with my friends, eating McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, Taco Bell, you name it. But eating right is really important before a test. I'm gonna go ahead and say that because I did not eat right 24/7 of the day, but I did make sure to eat right before a test, something light, something like a salad. I made sure to get my veggies and fruits in as much as possible, because if I ate something like a cheeseburger or pizza or something really bad with my friends the day before, I was so tired during the test, I wasn't able to focus. I just felt gross and groggy, and I just couldn't wake up completely to take my test. But I found that eating right and eating something that was really healthy and really good for me, at least the day before, really helps me perform well on my tests. I was a college student. I know that eating out is really common, especially if you are hanging out with your friends and you guys just want to go grab a bite to eat really quick. Fast food is definitely the number one thing I feel like a lot of college students eat if they don't dorm and eat in the cafeteria, because I did dorm for my first year in the cafeteria, and it was really easy to eat healthy, I felt like, because they had like a big old salad bar and a big old fruit bar that I always ate at. But my second, third, and fourth years were all in an apartment with my sister, so it was really easy and convenient to get fast food quite a bit. So quick tip, just make sure you guys are eating healthy before an exam or a quiz. And my next one, sleeping right. It is so important to get your sleep. I promise if you guys follow all my tips about studying effectively and decreasing your stress as much as possible, you guys will be able to get your sleep. I of course strive for 7-8 hours as a college student, but on test days I probably got less. I probably got like 5, maybe max 6. But make sure you're following these tips and make sure you're getting good sleep, because getting sleep of course will help you perform well on your tests. So those are all my tips I have for you guys. I do want to end with this, and that is just working hard as much as possible for your goals. If you guys are passionate about it and if you make nursing school a priority, you will do good in it and you will get good grades. But of course there are classes that will be extremely difficult for you and really hard. Just make sure you work really hard on it, and if you do fail, keep on trying, you guys. I have been in class with so many people who failed not 1, not 2, but multiple times in a class, but they just kept trying. So keep on trying. If you guys have failed a class before, or if you feel like you're not smart enough to get into nursing school, not smart enough to pass the class, just keep working hard and you can definitely do it. Don't think it's the end of the world. If people are telling you it's the end of the world and that you're not smart enough to pass nursing school, don't believe them. If it is your dream and your passion, you will pass, I promise you. No matter how many times it takes, you can and you will become a nurse. Because later on, whenever you're taking care of your patients aren't going to be the ones asking you if you've passed your classes or if you've ever failed a class before. Your patients will never ask you that. And also your patients will never ask you how many times you took the NCLEX, guys. Even if you guys are applying for jobs, they aren't going to ask you how many times you passed the NCLEX. They're just going to ask you if you passed. So it's not that big of a deal if you failed your NCLEX and you feel like you can't keep trying, or if you failed a class and you feel like you can't keep trying for it if it is your passion, you guys. Because in the end, we're all going to be nurses and we're all going to be taking care of the same amount of patients, and nobody's going to care if you passed a class. The only person that's going to care is yourself, because you may regret it later on in life and be like, man, I should have retaken that class. I should have went back to nursing school. I know I could have done it if I kept on trying. So this is my little tidbit of motivation, you guys. Keep on trying, keep on working hard, and you guys will do it. So I hope this video helps you guys into surviving nursing school. Overall, I had a lot of fun in nursing school because I always made sure that I followed these tips. I always look back at nursing school as a fun time that I had with my friends and my boyfriend at the time. I feel like I learned a lot and I had lots of fun playing sports and all that. So if you guys do love sports and it's a passion for you, make sure that you continue with it and don't quit. But yeah, those are my tips and I hope it helps you guys. If you guys haven't already, make sure you like this video and make sure you subscribe to my channel for more content. Let's reach 1,000 subscribers, you guys. Make sure you share this video with someone that may need a little bit of encouragement or may need some tips on surviving nursing school, if they're about to get into nursing school or if they're currently in nursing school. Make sure you leave me a comment on what else you guys want to see, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!